Hi, welcome back. I have a friend here with me today. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Jason. I'm running a podcast on Table Saw.
That's it. You don't want to talk about anything about your podcast, where to, how to find you, what's it called?
Oh, it's called Table Saw. So you just Google on Spotify Table Saw, you can find the podcast.
Okay.
Okay, but it's really about ghost stories and stuff like that,
Mainly.
and random stuff, just boring stuff.
Okay, so
Don't do it again.
it's alright. I love the awkwardness because I got him to come along with me today because I actually personally love ghost stories and I couldn't find any other willing friends who sit down and share with me
You
stories.
mean like you talk to others and they say no?
Yeah, literally they say no. Or when I text some of my friends, you know who you are out there. When I texted you whether you have any stories to share or whatever, and then I get ghosted. Like 已读不回, red, left it there. 2 blue ticks, that's it. No one wanted to do this.
Okay, let's go into it. That's speechless.
So each of us have a couple of stories to share. You're gonna start with yours first.
There's this weird thing that Singaporeans do. They will look at car crashes and look at the number that is on the car plates and they will buy it. Or they will look at whatever accidents happen, they will look at the time and stuff like that, and then they will buy that specific number. So all these accidents usually happen along PIE. I'm not sure why, but PIE is like a hot area for car accidents.
I don't think it's just a specific highway. I think there are bad drivers everywhere.
There are bad drivers everywhere, but especially on PIE.
Okay.
Especially on PIE. On that particular day when I was going to work, the traffic was really slow. I didn't know whether there was any accidents ahead. But as the bus was passing by a specific place, I saw this like dark figure standing there. Just standing there, and it was drenched and wet.
On the road.
Inside the road, there is like a jungle.
There's a green patch or just the foliage, the greenery.
So over there, I just saw this figure for a brief like 10 seconds, 10 seconds. And then I was checking the time and it was like, okay, this is the time that I saw it. And I wasn't feeling very good. I was quite down on the road. So after that, moving on with the traffic, the bus passes by a specific area, and it happens that the traffic police were there, and there was an accident.
Wait, but so you saw a figure by the side of the road, but there was nothing else there. It wasn't where the accident happened.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't where the accident was happening.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why I saw it. So it was on a Wednesday. I remember very clearly. So I went. When I reached the office, I told my colleagues that I saw something dirty. So, and it happened to be and people were like buying Toto. So I went to buy Toto. So, and guess what? I won. And then I fell sick the next day. So it covers all the medical bills.
Was it like just nice to cover the medical fees?
Yeah, about that. It's only like $20.
Oh, okay. So this kind of money you really cannot keep.
You cannot keep it.
So when you saw the accident, it was
a bicycle accident.
oh.
It was a rainy day.
So it was probably that one casualty or one fatality. Okay, that's scary. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You have anything to share?
Okay, let's say first that I love all these stories, right? And I would love to hear and I love to share them. But the thing is that I'm very respectful of these things. I haven't really personally seen anything, but I may have had close encounters a couple of times. So this story is it happened to me on a work trip to Malaysia on this famous mountain resort. I will not name exactly where it is, but I think a lot of Malaysians and Singaporeans.
Does this like G?
Maybe. You might even guess a specific hotel. So I was on a work trip there, and it was a quick weekend work trip.
Do you go alone or?
I was only there with one other colleague, and it was a lady, so we didn't stay in the same room. And when we got there, we were in the same hotel, we were on the same floor, on the same side of the building. But when we got to the end of the corridor, she turned left and I turned right.
So do you still remember the room number?
I don't remember the room number, it was too long ago. At the end of our day, when we retired to our hotel rooms, it was, yeah, okay, so I have to describe the hotel a little bit. The hotel itself, because it's on the top of a mountain, there is no air conditioning. There's only windows that are open partially. At night, that night itself, it was kind of cool, and I was dressed for it when we were walking around the resort. I was wearing a t-shirt and jeans, and I had a sweater on. And when I returned to my room at the end of the night, it was probably like 8 or 9 p.m. And I wasn't ready to sleep yet. It was a twin room, by the way. So in one of the beds, I was just lying on it and watching TV. I had the fan on and the window open. And
It's always so cold, you still on the fan.
it was just cool. It was just cool. Yeah. That's why I was okay with the fan and the fan on, and it was a ceiling fan. But just to keep, I like the air circulating. So it was just on low speed, but the window was open, and I was just lying on bed. I was still fully dressed in my sweater. Then that's when I suddenly felt really cold. Because I thought that okay, because it's at night, right, and I had the window open and the fan on, so I turned off the fan and I closed the window, and I continued watching TV for a bit, and I still felt very cold. And that's when I felt like, oh, okay, maybe because the later it got, the colder it gets up in the mountain. When it got colder, the window was closed and the fan was off, and I still had my sweater and my jeans on. I got under the covers, under the blanket, and I thought it would get warmer, and I continued watching TV. But after a while, I found myself shivering.
Because the temperature dropped.
The temperature continued dropping in the room. Okay. So remember, the window is closed already, the fan is off, sweater on, jeans on, t-shirt still on, blanket and all covered. And I was shivering.
Okay. So did your colleague also experience the same?
I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to her later. So I thought that I needed a heat source in my room. So I took out the kettle, I poured in some water, and I left it to boil with the cover open to let steam into the room, to generate heat and release it into the room. It didn't work. I was still shivering under the covers, and I didn't want to think so much about it. So I thought that I should just wash up, shower, and try and go to sleep immediately. So I went to the shower, and I had to turn the water on to the hottest, because any time that the water wasn't on me, it was freezing cold. Freezing cold, like shivering. I just hurried up with my shower and I tried to go to sleep, but once I got into bed, I didn't dare to turn off the lights then, because I thought, okay, maybe then something was. Yeah, that's when I started feeling that something wasn't so right. Then I couldn't go to sleep. I went over to my colleague to check her room out. So she asked me to go enter, like come into her room, and then of course I wanted to see whether her room was as cold as mine. So when I went into her room, her window was open and her fan was on.
So it's very hot.
Her room was very warm.
Oh.
Yeah, the problem was with my room. Her room was very cozy, and I told her there was something wrong with my room, and I asked her permission to stay in her room on the other bed, and she was like, okay, because she was afraid I was staying alone also. She was asking me what's wrong with my room. I didn't want to scare her because she was already feeling alone. So I told her I'll tell you tomorrow. The next day, I just went back to my room, quickly washed up, grabbed all my things, and left. And after coming back to Singapore, I felt sick. I had a high fever for a couple of days.
This reminds me of story that my family and I encountered when we were before.
Where?
Japan.
I love it.
So we were going to Japan to, I can't remember which area, but we were going to this place, to a ryokan sort of place. So we're staying at Minsu.
Okay.
So it's a very old inn. It was facing the river.
Or is it a very isolated place? Are there other ryokans around? Or just that one place?
There are other ryokans around.
Okay.
I think it's an inn rather than a ryokan. It's a small inn. The next day, the tour guide asked if anyone experienced anything here.
The tour guide asked.
The tour guide asked because apparently something will happen. So while everyone was sleeping, right, the TV turned on by itself.
Okay.
Yeah. And it rotated again because it was on a turntable.
It moved.
It moved. So that's the freaky thing that happened. So we only stayed for one night, which is a good thing. Then the next day we left.
So it was a tour guide's room there.
No, it's one of the tourists.
Oh.
And the tourists complained to them. So we got to know about this. Maybe it was a short circuit.
But why? I mean, if it's short circuit, why would the thing move?
Well, we will never know. Not in this lifetime.
Okay, that reminds me of this wasn't in our rundown, but it was at the end. It's a very short story. It didn't happen to me personally. It happened to my good friend who was, and I got to know her from work.
Oh.
And because we work in the same place in Singapore, that she related to the mountain resort that we were. I thought people are going to guess where this is again. Oh my god. Okay, so the Singaporean base has a resort too. And if you think that it's because places have history, I'll just say that this happened to her when we were staying in the newly built, like literally there wasn't anything there on the piece of land before the hotel was built.
Is it in Sentosa?
Yeah, it's on Sentosa. So the hotel is on Sentosa. The many hotels on Sentosa, not saying which, but before the hotels opened to the public, we actually stayed in them as a test run. It's a very common thing. She stayed in one of the hotels with her then boyfriend. So the minibar is stocked with like canned drinks, right? They thought of drinking something, so they took it out of the fridge. But they forgot about the can, like this canned drink, and they left it on the counter.
Oh, okay. So they just bring out the canned drink.
Yeah, they took it out, then left it on the counter. And then they forgot about it, and then they wanted to go to bed, they were going to sleep. But just before they fell asleep, with the lights off and all, the can opened.
By itself?
By itself, and there's only two of them. She and her boyfriend in the room, no one else, and the can opened.
What? Oh my god, that's freaky.
And she swears by her life on this.
So the can was there on the table by itself. And
Yeah.
then they hear something open.
They heard it open, yeah.
They heard it open.
And there's only two of them in the room, there's nothing else there.
That thing very fascinating.
In a new hotel with, not a refurbished, it's newly built hotel.
Everyone has their own school haunted stories. So mine also have.
So it's very common though. It seems as though every school's toilets will have something.
Yeah. For my school, we have a Japanese tombstone previously.
Why would your school have?
There's a tombstone at the back of the playing field. And people have been saying that it's a Japanese tombstone. One day, during recess, one class was playing something like Xian.
Oh, like a Ouija board but with a pen.
But with a pen. So after that, the whole class screamed and a lot of people came out and see what happened. So the girls who looked, I heard most of them are girls who looked, they just fainted on the spot. They felt weak and they fainted. Mass hysteria happened inside the school and ambulance came.
What were they doing? Were they like screaming?
They were screaming. It goes on for like a few good 10 minutes. So the teachers were rushing back to the classes and trying to calm everyone down. And you know what? I have no idea what happened.
Then what happened to those girls that were in the hospital? Were they fine after a while?
They were fine after a while. Then they say that they don't know why they faint. So my classmates, I think 2 or 3 of them were affected. I mean, at least 2 of them fainted.
So strange.
It was a really strange event. And it appeared on the news now. So
Oh, I need to go and find. Can you find?
you can find it, but the tombstone is no longer there. So the new principal came along and just removed it.
If I can find the news article, I will put it up here.
What? No.
Remind myself when I'm editing this video.
Oh no. So do you have anything to share?
I have a few more stories to share, especially from my time working in a certain resort that opens at night.
Resort.
I cannot name things directly. I'm very afraid of defamation lawsuits. But it's another tourist attraction. I want to keep that for another video though. So if you guys actually like this video, please leave a comment. Please give me a thumbs up, a like, and please subscribe. If you would like to come on camera and share your stories with me also, please contact me. For any of you shy ones, you can slide in my DMs. And see you next time.
See you. Bye.